Dear God.
Dear God.
Today I rode my bike. Sorry, you take it away.
Are you gonna?
Go on, yeah,
you gonna put your hands together, or are you just gonna be rude?
I'm agnostic.
Thinking about
Fine.
Dear God.
Go.
Heavenly Father, thank you for this podcast. Thank you for the bread. Amen.
what bread?
Is there bread?
What's the bread?
There's bread coming.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck. Good job, Jake.
Thank you. It's good to be
Father,
back.
son,
It's good to be back.
It's good to be back.
I thought it'd be fitting to get the standout second rower from the grand final come in, big premiership winner, but Birdie was busy tonight, so we got the other one.
Yeah. Thanks, boys. Thanks.
Second comes
so
right
rude,
after
man.
first.
So any life changing moments after the big game?
Nah, I've just been drinking a whole lot more because I've got nothing to do. So bored. So
That's what I did after my under 18s grand final, and I just haven't stopped.
Still holding on to that one,
And
you don't stop
you
drinking.
never started playing again.
Yeah. No, I was telling Jake I played one game after that.
Retiring on top.
Yeah, no, well, I came back the year after to start playing opens, and like first game, I went from everyone being 18 for under 18s to opens. So
Then the adults.
whole other team was like 40-year-old Samoan dudes just like piling me into the ground, and I'd work the next day. I'm like, I can't do this. So I pulled the pin.
Yeah.
Who knows where I could have ended up?
I don't know, probably injured.
yeah, most definitely injured.
Probably exactly
It
where
can't
I
get any worse.
soundbite.
I was never big on sports games, like playing them.
Really?
Yeah, I'd watch them.
Did you ever play a sport?
I bowled once.
Wait, what?
or
Like,
bowling?
Mum got me on
Cricket?
bowling because Mum used to bowl.
Yeah.
like in a league.
10-pin bowling.
Yeah, but she had like, what's that wrist problem? RSI or something?
I'm sure there's lots of different wrist
But
problems.
she had an
I don't know.
operation on her wrist and couldn't bowl. So I went to there was like a little daycare thing in the bowling
finish?
alley.
Wait,
It's called going into a story. So there's
you just don't.
Oh, okay, yeah,
You were
okay,
on a story.
okay.
You're like, oh, hang on a minute.
yeah, sorry, ADD. So Mum used to bowl at Mount Warren Bowling Park.
Yeah.
Bowling centre. What the fuck's it called? Bowling alley. Alley.
Bowling park.
So she's a bowler.
Yep, we got that part of the story.
And I know, like, she couldn't play anymore. And then a couple of years later, she's like, I was in primary school and she signed me up for some bullshit. But that's not interesting. The interesting part is
Long story short.
when she was. Story's over. There's a new one. So I was, whenever she'd go, and I was like too young for school. So I'd go in the little childcare section bit. And there's a kid called Russell Hins. And so his sister.
Shout out to Russ.
Probably Russ. Probably doesn't remember me. But his older sister was, I forgot her name, but her last name's Hins or Hines or something. And she's like some world famous model.
True.
Yeah. Fuck, what's her name?
I don't
Look it
know.
up.
It'll make it.
You were never going to find
She
that.
retired from
How do you
modeling
spell
and this.
Hins?
I don't know. HINS.
Okay, let's
So
go back.
model.
Let's go take your Diverge
Model.
story.
Hins.
Hins model.
What's her name?
This is
I know her name. Like,
Is it that one in the what?
she married. She like stopped modeling and married some rich dude.
she was a model for
because
3 weeks.
Christy Hins, maybe. Is that? Type in Christy.
This is not.
Yeah. No.
You're going to be here for a long time.
Start with A. No. I think it's Christy Hins. Did you mean? Yeah. I don't know. Fuck no.
No, it was with a K because it said $1 billion babe.
Oh, maybe.
Where?
Oh, yeah, because she married a billionaire. Maybe
Go
that was
back
it.
one more. That one?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And that's who she married.
She's a
Yeah.
babe.
Oh, mate, fucking Greg Norman.
The shock.
Oh, so Ash and I used to work with this dude while we're on the topic of models, and it was the most weird thing. But like, what would you have said in this situation? So we used to work with this guy, and he was like a mad guy. He's basically what I've like developed my whole tradie persona over.
God.
Anyway,
So a wanker.
his sister was always like on the cover of like Zoo magazine and shit. You're probably too young.
No,
for Zoo.
I had a Zoo
you
poster in
remember
my room.
Magazines are like books.
And he'd always, every time she'd be on the cover, he'd like bring it into work for us. He'd be like, "Sister's in there this week. Everyone have a look."
Awesome.
Why?
Sweet. Nice
I don't know.
box.
Yeah.
Those boxes.
So we're just staring at his sister's tits and stuff, and he's like, "Good, eh? Yeah."
What do you mean good, hey?
It was super weird. We
And
didn't-
ready? James led this story with, this is the guy I modeled my persona after.
yeah, I wish I had a sister.
She ended up like on Married at First Sight and shit.
Yeah.
She was like one of the fucking hectic ones on that series.
Yeah,
What does hectic ones mean?
like one of the crazy ones.
The ones that everyone watches that series for.
Oh.
She's like, I'm gonna leave my partner and go with this guy.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is one of them. But yeah.
Right.
But yeah, just bring like sometimes you wouldn't just tell you just dump it on the thing, like, yeah, I'm related to that.
That's a bit odd.
It is a bit
I
odd.
don't like that.
You don't like it?
What do you mean? You have a jumper with like a Playboy jumper.
Where's your missus on your Playboy jumper?
Oh wow, that is a Playboy jumper.
It is. I can't. I got to sit next to Ash.
My first car, I needed car seats, right? And I went to Super Cheap and the only and
Wait.
I wanted
Why
blue.
didn't your first car come with car seats?
No, they had seats. They just didn't have the car. Oh, sorry.
Covers.
Oh, okay,
I meant car seat covers.
Okay.
Seat covers. And the interior was kind of blue, so I wanted like blue car seat covers.
Yeah.
And so I went to Super Cheap. The only blue ones were Playboy ones.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, sick, Playboy. That's fucking like naked chicks and shit. So I put them on, and all my mates are like, that's what fucking chicks do, right? I'm like, no, because I would buy a Playboy.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. Girls pretend they are a Playboy, so they have the rabbit and shit.
I'm being ironic,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, totally. So after that, I was ironic about it, but I didn't realize until I'm fucking whatever. They're blue.
He went and scratched out or unpicked the Playboy.
Yeah.
Oh. Nikita messaged me. When was I at work last?
Last week.
Who knows?
Whenever I was at work last, she texts me. And she's like, weirdest thing just happened. And I was like, what's up? And she's like, I'm Devo that our cameras aren't working at the moment. But she's like, the mailman came flying.
Hear that, everyone? cameras are down. Cameras are down.
The mailman came flying up our gutter. And as he got like to the top, he's fallen off his bike. And all the mail's gone all over our yard.
Oh my god! Is it the mail must get stacked in an order too
I think
because
so,
like
yeah.
they have to go one.
Yeah. So Nikita's seen it happen out the window, and she's done the nice thing that Ash didn't do last week and go help him pick up his shit.
So apparently Ash watched a lady drop all her coins and walked away from it.
An old lady.
I may have caused her to drop them too.
An old lady behind him on the escalator. He like hesitated to get off or something, so she freaked out and dropped all her coins everywhere, and he just walked
The
off.
pram handbrake jammed up and I couldn't get off in time. So she dropped a container of coins. Was like, oh no. She's on her hands and knees at the bottom of the escalator trying to collect them. And I'm like, old lady, I'm not going to help you
Yeah.
pick up money.
Stupid
Like,
old bitch.
yeah. If there's anything else, like
She's
it
gonna
was,
think I'm trying to steal her money.
let me help you.
No, anyway, so Nikita runs out to help him, and she goes to like bend down and pick it up, and he like freaks out. He's like,
Yeah,
"Don't
you
touch
can't.
anything." Yeah,
It's a federal crime.
yeah, you're not allowed to touch mail.
Yeah.
Pulls a gun out.
I'm like, fuck.
That's my mail.
We used to live on a main road, and like at the top of the main road was like a big like hill. And this guy was pumping it down there, and our gate used to open outwards, like onto like the fucking
Yeah.
footpath. And he's going at least 60 k's an hour, man. And my dad's opened the fence at the same time.
On purpose?
No, he didn't see it because like we have like 6-7 foot like high fence.
Yeah, okay.
So when he's opened it, he's gone out, and this
Like
guy
a wooden
has
fence.
just
I was the
smacked into it, and like my dad being my dad just looks at him and goes, "You're right,"
What else do you do?
and then he just closed the gate and walked back inside and just left this bloke on the ground
But why did he open the gate?
because we had to get the car out because that's where
Oh,
you
okay.
had to open the gate to put the car.
Oh, so it
out.
was a big gate.
Yeah, it was massive, and
Yeah,
he
right.
just ran straight into it.
They must have thought about that when they made the gate.
Well, because the way that ground was, you couldn't open it inwards.
Yeah.
It'd just like scrape and then get
Yeah.
jammed. So
Yeah,
we
right.
had to go out.
Fucking hell, eh? Let me get this random chick off the screen.
Wait, I went to daycare with her brother.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Russell.
Russ.
Yeah. Good
Russy.
old Russ. Ugh. I don't know. I think I might have even told you, but you definitely don't know.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's about Ash.
Oh god.
There was a fucking. I don't know. I found it weird. But I don't know if I was the only one in the room that found it weird. So there's someone at work at the moment that's got a bit going on in their personal life, obviously. We all know about it. So he came into work the other day and he gave us another 20-minute update on what had been going on, like some more hectic shit. Anyway, just picture one of the worst things that can happen to a family ever. That's what's happened. He finishes this story by saying, yeah, it's hard to come to work because I can't like stay focused. And Ash goes, yeah, man, I know how you feel. Like when I was younger and I was an apprentice, I broke up with this girl and it was just so hard to focus at work.
Totally comparable.
Were you trying to?
I followed that up with totally different, right? But I understand not being able to focus because of something.
I just looked at him.
Cleared it up quick.
What the fuck did you just say?
So we don't talk anymore. Right?
Oh, fuck.
Is that why he didn't want to come?
Yeah, where is Matt?
He's been on before, right?
Yeah, he's been. He was meant to come tonight, but again, Birdie fell out, Matt fell out, so Jake got the call.
I am.
Third's right after second.
Ask Steve.
I asked a mailman, but he wasn't keen.
Yeah, he's still picking up his mail.
Well, so on the way here, thanks for having me, by the way.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to disrespect your house, so I had to call into KFC and use the facilities. And like I was busting, right? So
Number ones or number twos?
number twos.
Yeah, okay.
So like the lady at the counter, she's out the back. She's walked out to give him order my food. And I'm like, I'm not getting food. I'm running. So I've walked in no time. I've just sat down and let it go. I've been there for a good 10 minutes, and then I look over to wipe, and there's no toilet paper.
Oh, so I just haven't yet.
Yeah.
So
We can throw that chair out.
So I found a little off piece on the floor.
Oh no, you
serious?
didn't.
Oh,
You didn't.
Are you
No, you
serious?
didn't.
Because I didn't want to pull my pants up to go to the other toilet. Like, because there was only one toilet, so I had to go out into the hallway
Just
to go
clench
into
your
another
cheeks
bar.
and
No, because I didn't want to be sitting here smelling like shit. Like,
No, no.
my undies.
to go to the other toilet. You just like
Yeah, but I still didn't want to pull my undies up. I was nervous. I was like,
Just
I'm sitting
run
next to
for it.
James, and James.
You walk
always-
around.
What kind of aggressive shit did you do that you couldn't even pull your fucking pants
It
up?
was bad.
Half the time
It
we're
was so
together.
bad.
Half the time we're together, you have your pants off. What's the big deal?
Yeah, but they don't know me.
So what did you do? So you picked up this stray bit of
That's
something.
so no.
I washed. Don't worry. So and then
Wash the paper before
So you wouldn't
used
walk out,
it.
but you went out to the basin just slapping water on your asshole.
No.
Legit,
So
I
then
think you would have been better
So
to
I've put
flush.
a little
and-
bit. I've done it a little bit just so like the excess wasn't there, and then I've pulled my pants up and had to like crab it out. And there's people like looking at me, and I've just looked and gone into the disabled toilet to wipe, and then walked out and had to like walk past everyone that has just seen my
So your missus in for a surprise tomorrow when she does the washing.
No, they're clean. That's why I used a little bit of paper.
No, that's so.
It was clean.
What else do you have? You got socks on?
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
would have
Use your
sacrificed the socks.
socks.
No, that's.
I don't even have
What
socks.
do you mean? Oh, that's gross. I'll use this dirty bit of paper on the floor.
It wasn't dirty. It was clean.
How do you know it wasn't dirty?
I don't know.
It is pretty gross.
It's gross, but
You know what that paper
So
was?
shit on your undies.
When there's a clean bit of paper on the thing on the floor, it's because someone's lined the toilet seat, and then they've done their shit. Then they've
Yeah.
hopped up, and that bit's fallen on the floor. No one just pulls it off. Pulls
Oh,
off the
I don't want
throws it
this
on the floor. So someone sat their asshole on that, on a piss-covered toilet seat,
they didn't shit on the seat.
Okay, they didn't
part.
shit.
It's just his bum cheek.
just in bum cheek.
Look,
Swamp ass.
I'm not proud of it. Right?
I would have for sure used my socks and
Yeah.
thrown them out.
I've got a similar story here. I've had it for the last 2 weeks, but I hate telling like shit stories.
Why?
But now it's like fitting.
Isn't that your
I
whole
just-
routine?
I don't know. So I can talk about anything, but for some reason, just like I don't even shit at work or in public areas or anything. I just find it
Pretty good.
I'm the same. I think it's personal time. Like,
Yeah,
I've been open about it
I will shit anyway.
I just do
more
it at
recently
home.
in life.
If I have to, I will. But
So-
I prefer not to.
My wife thinks I don't shit.
Oh, wait till she goes out to have a shit.
Wasn't me.
So we recently renovated a shop down at Surfers Paradise. I went down there the other day, or probably 2 weeks ago now, to finish it off on the last day. So the shop's basically like finished. So yeah, so I'm like, I held on to this for like a good hour and a half while I was down there, and I'm like, it's got to come out of me. So there's a toilet in the shop, but to get to the shop, you got to walk through like a loading bay, and there's always like either other tradies in there or removalists. And this time there was 2 removal trucks, and there was like an electrician working just outside the door. So, and I was the only one in the actual shop. So I've gone into the toilet, no fucking toilet paper. So I've gone, fuck. So I went back out into the shop section, and I noticed that old mate had his like cleaning supplies there to do the final clean. So he had like...
Is this any better than Jake's story?
Yeah, because the thing I wiped was clean.
It's a Majax.
So he had a roll of those blue like
Yeah, I know.
cloths.
Chucks.
Yeah,
Chucks or whatever.
chucks, yeah. So I've just ripped off a few of those.
You flush him.
No, so that's the thing.
okay.
So I've done my business, wiped, and I've just had a pile of these blue things because I ripped off more to fold the dirty ones inside the clean
Put
ones.
him back in my toolbox.
So I've just
Just
got a
take the
handful.
roll.
I've just got a handful like this. So now the skip bin is outside past the removal trucks and past the electrician. So this whole time, I legit stood in the shop for like 5 minutes, ramping myself up, going just fucking straight to the skip bin.
I hope
'Cause
no
in
one
my
interrupts
head-
me.
In my head, I'm going, I'm going to walk out. The Sparky's going to see me with a rag and fucking have an oil spill or something and be like, can I have that rag?
No.
I fucking panicked and I'm just
What do you...
opened the door and just like thrown it in the skip.
I thought you tuck it.
No, I was so stressed that someone was going to ask to borrow the
What?
rag.
When
What?
have you ever been asked to borrow
Heaps
a
of
rag?
times.
Bullshit.
Heaps.
Bullshit.
Maybe not a rag, but something.
Yeah, something, not a rag. No one wants your dirty rag.
This could have been that time.
Quick, he's been shot. We need to block the hole. Okay.
You can have my shirt.
He's going to have to bleed out. Trust me.
I hated it. It was fucking awkward. Part of me did want to flush it. That shit wouldn't flush, would it?
Nuh-uh. Then that would have been like,
it'd
what
flash, but
motherfucker? No, it would have been
It wouldn't
that
biodegrade.
electrician with the blue chucks. Or the janitor or whatever.
Yeah, fair call.
The other day, we're fitting out a childcare centre, and they got these new toilets, like porta potties, but they're a lot thinner inside, like depth wise, and it hasn't got the flap at the bottom. It's just a fucking opening at the front.
Are you sure you weren't pissing in the basin?
Ooh. Anyway, so like when you sit there, your knees are almost touching the door, and I'm not that tall. And anyway, the toilet seat, my knob touched the fucking inside of the rim. Like,
And then I started to get this what?
I've got an average size dick. If you're hung, it's gonna be fucking in there. Like it'll be wrapped in there. Like this toilet bowl was so fucking shallow, so I'm like awkwardly trying to like hold my dick up, and it touched it. And I was like, "Fuck."
It's built for Asians. You're meant to squat on it.
Yeah, I pretty much could have. But it touched it.
Was there no adult toilets?
No, this is just a normal tradies porta potty.
He means a porta potty.
Oh,
That's
right.
what I was confused too.
thought you were using
Because
the
you
little
led with
kids one.
childcare centre, so I was like, wait, toilet
I
porta
fuck my
potty.
stories up so often. Mate.
You didn't fuck it up though. We're just
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, sorry.
I just heard childcare centre and then little toilet,
Yeah.
and I was like,
Oh yeah,
Why
no,
is it
sorry.
pissing
I meant
You
in
didn't
the-
fuck
I
it
meant
up
the
though.
It's
actual.
all open in there, so I would have just loved to see an Ash just in there, just having shit on his skin.
I did.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
I pissed in one of those small toilets.
So did I. I told you like on one of the first podcasts about my prank.
Went so well.
He doesn't know that.
Surely you know that.
No.
In like my first week working with these guys, we fitted out a childcare centre, and I was like, I got to do something to make these boys laugh. You know, like find myself in the pecking order. So at the end of the day, we're taking all the rubbish to the truck, and I'm like, oh, you boys all good? I'm going to go for a piss. Walk into the toilet and see it's the little like kids' toilets, and I'm like, it'll be fucking hilarious. So I pull my pants around my ankles and have a piss in the little fucking kids' toilet. They walk through, see my ass cheeks in the window, and then I get carried out on like their shoulders.
And I'm at the top of the rank.
Hey rise for everyone.
Respect.
So I did it, And then they just fucking never came back. I was just standing in the childcare centre with my pants down for a good fucking like minute.
Did you piss or were you holding it?
I pissed and then I finished and I was just standing there. I'm like,
I really want to see I want to see the security footage for sure.
that's it.
I tuned all the kids because we're working out of hours. It was like on a weekend, and they have like all these radios in there.
He's
And
there while the kids are there.
I've tuned them all to Triple J, so we're all working. Everything's just on Triple J. So when they come in the morning,
Ew.
Parkway drives on.
I had to go out and tell them what I did, so it paid off.
I wish he got caught by someone that wasn't them.
Like who though?
No one's there at night.
It's an 8-year-old kid. Dad's up.
Oh,
We got a security call.
I'll show you that fucking jacked guy we were talking about before the podcast, and I was like, save it, because this guy, his nickname is the Mutant. Have you seen it?
No.
Nick. What's his name? I wrote it down. Nick
Nolte.
Walker. There's one photo. I'll find his Instagram.
Who is this guy there?
He's just like a Instagram bodybuilder.
Okay.
He's like a. Did I say Instagram? I can't say shit.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, I'll find the photo.
Oh,
where-
he does black body.
Blackwood. You're allowed that. Jesus.
Where's the fucking show more?
What
Maybe
chicks
that
are into
was it?
that though?
Oh no, that was it there, and I was like, Jesus.
You gotta log in.
Oh come on,
So organised.
I know. Sick. Well, how can I see it now?
Continue.
Well, I hit continue.
You didn't do it good. I don't know. What
All
you
right,
got.
Let's circle back.
let's try and fucking zoom in.
Is that him?
Yeah, look fucking how nuts his arms and shit are.
It's all natural, eh?
Yeah.
Just born like that.
In that picture, he looks like he's got small legs, but there's some other ones where like his legs aren't that small.
He's fucking.
He could beat me up with his face.
Weirdly specific.
He has biceps on his cheeks. Look at him.
Hectic, eh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Look at his legs.
Yeah, like mine.
Yeah, like in that. Yeah, but the picture that you originally looked at,
Yeah.
like his legs don't look that big.
That looks disgusting.
The veins have nothing to do with like how strong you are, right? 'Cause you know when you see someone that's ripped, but then when their veins are sticking out, it's like you think he's more ripped.
Just because your body
It's nothing to
fat's-
do with it.
Yeah.
You got no body fat. So,
And water.
yeah.
His veins have biceps.
Fuck yeah. Let's take a blood draw from that.
That's disgusting.
Why is that
Look at his
disgusting?
shin. Look
Looks
at
like
his
he's-
shin, bro.
Yeah, it looks like his shin's
like he's got a
clotting.
disease.
It's clotting
Yeah.
up. That's bad.
Did you just look at my hair? I was at some guy at the casino last night, like roasted me about it.
Really?
Yeah?
I was going to say something, and I'm like, no, I'll be
What?
nice. And then
Yeah.
you brought
He
it
said,
up.
I was going to ask if you're joining the army soon. Or
I was being,
Have you seen his hairline?
showers?
What?
Your new haircut somehow like brushed it into the missing sections.
Yeah, because I get it blended in so I don't look bald.
Just wear a hat.
The other week I was looking at it, and the
I don't
hairline
understand
was
what
like fucking way back in the center of his head.
I don't think it looks that bad.
No, it doesn't look bad tonight.
Thank you. I done it just for this occasion.
Because I knew you were going to roast
No,
me.
I was being a pest to this guy. I wasn't being a pest.
How? What? So you're at the casino and
I was at the casino and I was really drunk. I've been smashing beers since 5, so
what
and
was the
this-
time? It doesn't help me.
well, it's been
It's
like
5:30.
I was there. I was at the casino for like 5 hours. So
Okay.
I was pretty drunk, and I was just like kind of like going like that to this guy, like because he was being like all tough.
Were you
I
at
was
a
just
bar?
like,
At a
like-
table? What were you
Yeah, I was just we're just like on the dance floor.
Okay.
He was just trying to be like all tough, and I was just sitting there
Like
going,
that guy?
"Rah." Yeah, he's trying to be. He's like rah rah, and he goes, "You should go back where your hairline's at." And I just said, "Yeah, you know what? Good call, brother. Good call."
Oh.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It was, man. It hurt my feelings
I
a
bet it
lot.
did. What'd you do then? Just walk away?
Oh, no.
Straight to the bar?
pulled out-
No,
Like 50 meters that way.
If I'm being honest, I got a bit heated.
Really?
Yeah. And then I got kicked out, so, but we won't talk about that. That's
I
embarrassing.
think we should talk about
Haven't
it.
invented a time machine yet.
I called him Tubby and he didn't like it.
Tubby.
Yeah.
Out of all the insults,
Yeah, I know.
I was hammered drunk and I called him Tubby.
Yeah, I'm not very good. I'm not quick.
I couldn't think of fat cunt.
Mate, his roast was like brilliant.
It was.
It was.
Anything I said was going to be so shitty.
You're slightly overweight.
He got you there.
No, he did, man. He did. It hurt. And all I could think about was you. Because you always say it and it just hurts my feelings.
Say what? His hairline's not even receding that
No,
bad.
you should have seen, like, shut up.
It is bad. It is bad.
It's not.
No, it
Mine's
does go
worse.
bad. Oh,
But I think it's because I have long hair, so it's worse.
Before he got the haircut, how long since you've seen him?
it's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
He looked
Well,
like,
one.
who did I say you look like?
That guy that plays footy
No.
won the grand final.
Fucking, oh, fuck. What was his name? You know it, don't you?
Yeah.
What is
I
it?
can't remember. But I can't remember his name.
Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fully does though.
Yeah, that's what Jake's hairline looked like this week.
No, his hairline's flat.
That's not
Yeah.
even that bad.
Nah.
Oh, it's receding.
Oh,
wait, that's
slide.
fake. He's got
Wait,
fake
ready?
hair.
I can't.
This was Jake.
Wait, I need to. Do I have Facebook?
Yeah, but see how his hairline's worse and then it gets better? Or maybe it's just younger.
That was actually Jake's hair this week.
Is he wearing lipstick?
Probably.
Straight up.
What a mad guy.
Isn't that Zoolander's dad?
I think so, yeah. It's so bad, man. I'm trying not to wear a hat more. 'Cause
Why?
It's making it worse.
I think that's a myth.
Yeah, I've heard that
No,
as well.
I can really tell because, like, especially back here,
If I go to your house and you have
Patchy.
dream catchers,
there is.
Yeah.
They're not mine, but
Bullshit.
yes, there's a dream. Why would I have a dream catcher?
because they work.
Yeah. Catch those dreams.
I don't even think I dream.
Do you have crystals?
My missus has crystals. Yeah, she's all into that. She's all into it.
We have crystals.
Do you like
Hey,
crystals?
James is.
I want to go.
I
I want
think-
to go crystal hunting. I reckon that'd be cool.
With a rifle
Where
or
you
what?
pull it out of the earth.
I
Instead of where they like pull it out of the earth and stuff, like amethyst and that. That's
Yeah,
sick.
Go tomorrow.
You got to do it at Tambourine.
Just in the backyard.
You can do it at Tambourine.
Oh, fuck. When we...
Yeah,
like,
it's Thunderbird eggs, they call them. Well, crystals, I guess.
when we... I don't think I've got a photo anymore on my phone. When I bought this house, maybe 6 months after, I was cleaning out behind the garden shed and I was digging and then I hit this fucking big hard like rock, and the more I dig, it was like a clear, like see-through sort of blue sort of colour. And I'm digging this thing out of the ground and then I get it out and it's fucking like football shape of just this pretty blue looking like rock. So I'm like, fucking, Nikita, what's this shit? Like thinking I've found like a crystal or something that the old drug dealers hid behind there. And I'm getting ready to go get it tested and shit. So I emailed it was the same week. You know how Beanley does like the Gem Festival or something? Sometimes you see signs and shit. It was the same week that was on. So I sent an email to the Gem people and they're like, oh, we're really sorry to tell you, but that's just a...
The dog shit.
what's the
Piece of glass.
Yeah, it was like a burnt down fucking blob of glass or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, is it worth anything?
Is it worth
Is there a
anything?
market in this?
Yeah,
it's
they're
not
like,
paying
it's,
off the
it's,
mortgage?
it's virtually worthless. And I'm like, fuck.
Did you keep it?
It's probably somewhere.
It'd be a mad ornament for the table.
I'll try and find it tomorrow.
No.
I wish I didn't bring this story up now because now it's ended in a job for me.
Now I have to do something.
I'm going to delete this part. You right, Jake?
You said you're going to delete it. There's no way to do that.
Well, you know what tripped me out? Just seeing you do that form reminded me. I don't know if any of you guys did it when your kids or your kids are still little. Have you ever got like their arms and put them over their heads? And like their heads are so big that their arms like just fucking meet at the top?
No.
Haven't you?
Oh, yeah, because I've noticed they're out of proportion.
Yeah, it trips me out hard. Like when my kids
we
were
can
little.
do this.
Yeah, we
but
can do that.
They do
They're
that.
like this.
Yeah.
It's like their heads are big.
Weird.
Maybe they're
I'll go wake them up.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, they're still.
I
Have you
tell
ever seen it?
I tell Josh to lick his elbow all the time. And he's just like,
Would it freak you out if you could do it?
Yeah, maybe they can do it because they're all out of proportion. Wait, is it true
what
if
the
you
fuck I just googled?
is it true if you spread your arms out like this?
It's your height?
Yeah, like finger to finger or some shit.
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
Could be. Is everyone going to take a measure?
You would have a tape measure
Yeah.
out of any of
I've got my work pants on.
Yeah.
What did you Google?
I don't know, just kids' arms overhead. But it's like, it's even worse when they're little.
Yeah, when they're like babies.
Yeah.
Because mine's like 1, and he probably can't even touch his hands together above his head.
Yes, he can. For sure.
It's pretty.
Do you know him?
Yeah.
He probably just can, but he's got a big head.
Oh, fuck. Anyway, just another trippy fact.
Forgot to put ice in that.
James' trippy facts.
Google, is that your height? Or is that
I'm pretty sure it
Is that one of
is.
those myths?
All right, let's go.
Like the whole your dick is this long? 'Cause that's not right. Is your wingspan?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, arm span.
There you go.
Oh, have you already got it?
Jamie Verne over here.
No, but it's like looking at kids' head proportion versus body.
Why does it have to be naked bodies?
They're not. It's like a picture.
They could have not drawn the dick in though. It's all about the head.
It's about equal.
No, because you've got to see the dick grow too.
Do you understand that math?
No.
Yeah, me.
I zoned out when I started saying P
Like look how
Bird
much
beak.
the
0.
torso grows and how much the head grows.
Yeah.
I'm so glad Adrian didn't hear that.
Yeah.
What?
He's like, do you understand that? And I started reading out the equation. I'm like, P bird being 0.
Oh my god. Okay,
That shit-
I'm not going to explain to you.
That shit
what it
spun
means.
me out in maths.
What?
I still don't know which one's greater than and less than.
That's less
Yeah,
than.
me either.
'Cause
I
it
have to
looks-
search it up.
That's less than because it's an L, you fucking idiot.
Really?
If you turn it to the side, it's an L.
Didn't you get taught like one of them's eating? the
Yeah,
other
that's
one?
what I learned. And I'm like, fuck.
That's not helpful though.
But then I got confused because I was like,
Which one's?
yeah.
Yeah, so
I
if you
was
look
like-
at that looks like an L, the other way doesn't. So that's less than.
Yeah. Because I got taught the same way. I got taught, imagine it's a bird eating the numbers. And I was like, well, is the bird's mouth open while it's eating it? Or is it getting ready to eat it? You know what I mean?
That number's not a worm.
Yeah, I was pretty bad at maths. It was my worst subject, easily.
I sucked at math, eh?
Same.
Like our jobs aren't relying on math. I sucked at everything, eh? I failed like English hard.
Did you?
So they put me down to like vocational or some shit.
Yeah.
Or English com, I think they called it.
Yeah, we
And-
did that.
And it was like everything, they teach you life skills and shit. I'm like, shouldn't everyone be doing this class?
Yeah,
like,
that's-
write a resume.
That's
fucking
exactly what I said.
schedule out a radio station platform and all this like cool shit. I'm like, fuck English.
Because grade 11 and 12, I ended up just doing like 4 subjects because I had a school-based apprenticeship. And I did English, communication or whatever, and like the lowest maths. And everyone was like ripping on me and stuff. And I'm like, you guys are reading fucking like Hemingway and writing a $60 million word essay. And I have to write a resume to a pretend job and have a fake job interview tomorrow with my teacher.
I used to hate that, eh? They used to do the whole, you have to dress as if you're doing, they do the mock interview, but we had to do it with the principal. So like, you had
Oh, really?
one by one walk from our classroom across the school to the office, right? But we had to dress as if we're going to a job interview. So
We
I had
didn't have to do
my
that.
button up, tuck in and shit. I was looking like a goober more than usual.
Yeah.
And I had to like go up and get interviewed by the fucking principal. No, I had to interview. Yeah. I had to like do the job interview. I don't know. It was just fucking embarrassing.
We got like actual people in from like, places to do it. So me and my mate thought it'd be a great idea if we go get high beforehand. So like we've rocked up like 3 hours late to school. It was like 11:30.
Do you do drug tests?
First question.
And like everyone was getting the jobs. Even my mate got the job, and I was the only one out of 60 students who didn't get the job.
Were they
What did you
pretend
do?
jobs?
Yeah, they were pretend
You didn't
jobs.
get the
And
pretend job?
I didn't get the pretend job.
Is that-
I'm like, I'm gonna.
Was that
fail
you don't get the
life.
job, you fail? Is that how that worked?
Yeah. So I had to redo it
Jesus.
and get the job.
Did they
Just,
give
like,
you a reason
slipping
why you
in the
didn't get the
50.
job?
They probably looked at my eyes and said no.
I just haven't slept okay.
It's been a long week.
You can't operate heavy machinery. I'm sorry, sir.
This came up. I forget who I was talking to. I was talking to someone the other night, and they were talking about how like kids don't have it hard these days about doing like a resume drop, like to find a job. You just apply on Seek, and if they call you, then you've got a job. But it fucking triggered me after I rolled the truck. My mum made me print off resumes and go and try and find a new apprenticeship in person to like every place. But her kicker was, and I was fucking young and dumb, so I was like, I have to do it because mum said. She's like, as a punishment, if like no matter what, if the interview's going good or bad, whatever, at the end of the interview you have to tell them why you lost your last job.
Then you lose. You're never going to get hired.
Yeah, exactly, and I never did. So
How would your mum know whether you did that or not?
she wouldn't, but I was fucking
Yeah,
young and dumb.
Mum told me so.
I just rolled a truck.
My
I'm
mama
not
said
gonna
I gotta
disobey
tell
my mum, or I'll have no house. So yeah, there was like 5 guys. Interviews went sweet, and then I'm like, before I go, just so you know, this is why I lost my last job. And at least 3 of them called someone else in, and they're like, "Tell this guy what you just told us." And I was like, and then I'd tell them, and I'd be like, "Do I have the job?" They'd be like, "No, you don't have the fucking job, idiot."
Why would you say that in an interview?
Because
told me
Mum
to.
said I had to.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
But my mama said.
I'm not getting grounded for 2 weeks.
You know how you said you got pushed out of whatever English class you were?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You didn't get kept back a grade or whatever.
Nah, every year I had the biggest anxiety attack at the
Yeah,
end of the years, like
me too.
report cards. And if it's got like 3 boxes, and it's like excellent, satisfactory,
Yeah.
or did not pass or whatever they said. And I'd always get satisfactory, knowing that's the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, please fucking don't want to be kept back.
Because Tara just found out, or not just found out, she was like, I thought getting kept back was just like something parents told their kids to scare them so that they do good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Yeah, fuck.
There was always that one cunt in your grade who was 1 year older because they
Yeah.
got kept back.
Yeah, we had a few. And like, that was the biggest thing, like that end of school report card.
Yeah.
Just like, I'd take the long way home. 'Cause I thought every year, I was like, this is it. This is the year. I'm going to lose all my friends.
I had a mate in grade.
yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, because in Kenzie's grade, there's a couple of kids that got kept back
Yeah, right.
from the year before. So they're supposed to be in grade 2, but they're in grade 1 now.
Yeah.
And I was like, thinking, he has
That
no
early's all right.
friends.
Yeah.
But that early's kind of all right. It's when you're like,
You'd want it to
But
be
even still, like, all your friends moved on.
yeah.
Like,
I had a mate
I
in
think it'd
grade.
be harder. I reckon
early.
Yeah,
You reckon?
I reckon it'd be harder because like when
You
you're
don't really
young,
know
You're
what's
in
going
grade
on.
10.
when you're really young, like when you find a certain like friend, you kind of
Yeah.
stay with them through your whole
Yeah. Oh my God.
like. I reckon it'd be heaps harder
You
because
reckon?
when you're older, you can talk to people.
If you're in like,
you
if you're in
can,
grade
he can't.
12, you're in grade 11 and all your friends graduate and you're just there with the younger kids the year
But like,
after.
I
But I guess you could like play it and be like,
I had a mate in grade. My
"Hey,
best mate in
girls,
grade 10.
I've got a license."
My,
buy you alcohol.
my best mate in grade 10, Pete. He wanted to join the army.
Naming a lot of names tonight.
He wanted to join the army, but he had to pass like certain things in grade 10.
Yeah.
Or like from grade 10 onwards or whatever. And he failed, I think, science or some shit. And he's like, I'm just going to redo grade 10. And so we just stopped hanging out because he was a year younger or a year below us. And then all through for like the second half of high school, he was just like in the younger grade. I was like, that's so fucking
He was the
trippy.
smartest guy in grade 10, though.
He was smarter than me.
It
And
fucking
he kept himself back like by choice. I didn't know you could do that. I'm just going to be fucking 30 in grade 12. just
It's Van Wilder.
smashing.
it fucking yeah. I hate the way they do like the schooling year now. Is your school the same where it's like financial year rather than age group?
Oh, all schools are like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they pushed
It's
it.
fucked. I hate it. Do you
Why?
like it?
I don't think it makes any difference.
Don't you? Because we were trying to work out because Parker's born in June.
Okay.
So we can either put him a year ahead
Yeah.
and he'll be the youngest in the grade. the
Yeah.
whole
Oh,
way.
I see what you're saying.
So then I was like, well, when he gets to grade 12, most of his friends will be 18 and
Yeah.
go clubbing and shit, and he'll still be
Yeah.
17 for like the whole year.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
You reckon?
Kenzie's the youngest.
Keep him in younger. Keep him in more so he's more mature when he leaves.
That's what Nikita wants to do, but I'm like, fuck. If I
Does it
remember
make you more mature though?
yeah, I was like when I was at school because
He's the dad.
I hated getting my license like 2 months after all my mates. I felt like a
Right.
fucking little kid. So I don't know. Because Westy's the opposite. He's going to be almost one of the oldest. I think.
What's the best time to be more like? Would it just be around Christmas? Like, would that be the best time?
I guess then you're like middle ground.
Were you older at school or not?
I was in March, so I guess start of the year. So yeah,
I don't know why, but I was a year older than everyone. But I think it's because we moved up from Canberra and something. I don't know.
he got kept down.
Did.
Did you?
No.
Oh, I was going to
The
say.
smartest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what that was.
Oh yeah, because aren't you like a year older in other states?
I think.
Oh
so.
yeah,
I
New
don't
South Wales. That was the thing because they.
I think you started a year later.
No, you're from New South Wales, eh? Because weren't you guys always grade 7 was high school or something?
Yeah, always grade 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
we were always
Primary
grade
school.
7 was primary school.
Pretty sure you're 18 in grade 12, aren't you?
We finished up because you only do 3 terms in year 11. I don't know if that's the same
Why?
because
Sick.
just
They divide-
but like your
they-
4th term you go into year 12. Like it's kind of like a year 11, year 12.
But that might be just,
Really?
and that might just be a
Yeah.
time
And
thing
then
because he's younger
Maybe.
than
Or,
us.
or that
And we're
was just
old.
a Jake, don't come and distract me while they're doing their exams next time.
Your last term of year 12, you do
They call it
you're all
special
your
ed.
exams anyway, so you're not really learning.
Yeah.
so they kind of like separate it.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
But
True.
Fucking Sydney, eh?
But like grade 7 is the first year of high school up here now, isn't it? They changed
don't
it.
know.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
it
did
is.
change it.
Frisky was telling me the other day.
What?
I don't know. Sorry. Called out more people.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Like grades, it's so young. Like grade 7, you're what, 13? No, grade 7, you're 12, and like there's 17-year-olds in your school. It's weird.
Yeah, I was 17. I didn't.
I was 17 when I
was
graduated.
18.
13. You must be 13.
Yeah, I was
Because you're grade 1, you're 6.
17 when I graduated.
Yeah. It kind of sucked, but because all the kids that were born at the start of the year were going out, and you couldn't go out. Unless
Yeah,
you had
that's what I'm
fake
thinking.
IDs.
But it's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but even when, because I was 18 and a lot of other people were, some people weren't, but it was just like house parties and stuff people would do.
That was the same with our school. There was like kids that got kept down, so they were 18, and we would all be like, "Oh, you go clubbing last night on like a fucking Tuesday?" And they'd be like, "No," like because they'd have no one to really go
Right.
with. So we were like, "Oh, that'd be so cool," but nothing really came of it.
I wish I had friends.
It'd be good though because you could buy the alcohol to go to the
Well, I did do
parties,
that, yeah.
Well, I
Instead
had
of having to get like someone's sister or brother
Yeah.
that was older.
I worked at a pub since like grade 9, and I was just like, I'd buy alcohol for everyone because there was a bottle-o joint to it,
Yeah,
and yeah, like on the weekends if I'd work, I'd stay back with the manager of the place, and he'd be like, "You can have 5 drinks from the back fridge. Just don't go out the front because of the cameras." It's like sweet. It's just me and him in the entire
5
pub 'cause
drinks
it's-
on the back fridge.
and it'd just be mud shakes. And I'd ride my mountain bike to work, and like by the time because I was washing dishes in the restaurant, by the time I'd finished, everyone's gone, the pub's shut and everything, and the manager's just in there counting the money and fucking doing manager shit. But he was like young and cool and shit, and I kind of knew him. He was my mate's cousin, or he married to my mate's cousin. So I'd just be sitting at the back. He's like, download heaps of shit for tomorrow's playlist, for the pub. So I'm just downloading shit on what's it called? Fucking LimeWire. Yeah. It just
Getting viruses.
oh. Oi.
Wait, finish your story first.
Yeah. This is the story. And so I'm just downloading heaps of shit like on that. And like, I'd just fucking be drinking shit from the back fridge. Anyway, one day, this is the duty manager, right? So the big manager came in and he's called me into the office and he's like, what do you do on this back computer? I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, I won't say his name, but he's like, told me that you sit here and you download music and stuff. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, why is there viruses all through the computer? Why have we lost everything? Why is he's just fucking revved me for it? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, there's viruses all through the computer. And I must have just been downloading anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, I fucked their computer system. And he goes, and we've seen you drink. There's fucking cameras behind the thing. We've seen you, blah, blah. Anyway, he didn't fire me. I'm like 13, 14. And he didn't fire me. He's like, because the manager's letting you do it, you've kept your job, but here's a written warning, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. But some nights he'd have to drive me home because I was too hammered to ride my mountain bike. But yeah, that was fucking good fun. But yeah, so I was, even though we're all underage, I could, on the weekends, I'd walk down to the bottler and just have the order and buy it all and then fucking walk back through the bush to all the mates and just like give them all the alcohol. So I was the popular one for that.
Yeah, that used to be my job when we were younger. Cause
My first job.
yeah, no, well, before we were 18, I was like the tallest and fucking the biggest. So everyone's like, oh, you take all our money and try and buy alcohol. And it was because I had like a little bit of facial hair as well, which I fucking hate now because Nikita found an old photo of like when we first started dating. Dude, I wish I had this photo.
Is that the? Oh, I'm thinking of the picture that Ash is. Someone drew that said look.
Oh,
like
no. This is fucking so much worse. Nikita found a photo the other week and I've just got like, you know, like the thin Craig David, just fucking like, oh, I know, like nothing anywhere else. And I'm just like, that's cool.
Was that intentional?
So you looked 18.
I'd like, yeah. So, and then most of the time it would work. So.
I when I was buying for like all the friends, all we did was drink spirits because that's what you did when you were a teenager.
Yeah.
And like we had this one guy that was drinking beer. He was onto the beers. And we're like, what are you, fucking 30? Anyway, so he's like, get me a 6-pack of Corona. Like, okay. I had no idea what fucking beers were beers and shit. They all taste like shit to me. I'd never buy them. So I got there. I bought Crown Lager. Oh. And he's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, Crown Lager. And he's like, I said Corona. I'm like, it's fucking beer. And he's like, this is fucking shit beer. And he just smashed me for it. I'm like, sorry. Sorry. Here's your change.
It took me ages to get into beer.
Yeah. I think Ted's were like, or Two's Extra Dry were like the first beer I got into. And the taste of it now just makes me dry reach.
Oh, really?
Being hammered at nightclubs at the point where like you go to the bar and you can't talk, all I could say was Ted's. It was just the easiest thing to say. So when I'm like sickly drunk, that taste I associate with being way too drunk. So if I drink it now, it's like, yeah.
I never got a beer at a nightclub.
That's all I drink at nightclubs.
Really?
Yeah.
It's the cheapest
If
one.
I drink spirits, man, I just go like.
I was always vodka Red Bulls and wet pussy shots.
Just vodka Red Bull.
That's just when I was
One
when I
wet
was-
pussy shot, please.
When I first turned 18, like, have you had that fat lamb?
Oh, yeah.
But it's like 8 standards
Yeah.
in a litre bottle.
No.
So I used to buy 2 of them for $16 and just get hammered drunk on them. Like,
But you can't drink that much.
yeah.
I'd rather get drunk faster and drink
not
less.
that you can't, but I mean,
Yeah,
I was like,
That used to be my motto.
I used to buy Cooper's Reds because they were the strongest thing.
Yeah.
Now I'm onto the Cooper's Blacks, and then I stopped drinking because I have a problem.
I told you about my passion pop night, eh?
no,
I'm pretty sure I did. I slammed 2 bottles of passion pop in the space of like
no.
15 minutes.
You might have. I just don't remember.
I've heard a lot of drinking stories from you.
We went to this
like
party.
eating glass and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Out of crisps?
Yeah. No, so we went to like this nerdy kids party in our grade. We got there and it was like none of us wanted to go in the first place, but we went and it ended up just being shit. So I was like, and I was like a broke first year, like school-based first year. So all I bought was 2 bottles of passion pop for the party. So we're sitting there bored and I'm like, put my fucking clown shoes back on, trying to impress everyone. And I'm like,
yeah, I do
who reckons I
remember
can
the
slam these 2 bottles of passion pop? And they're like, yeah. So I just fucking scull these and it like didn't hit me straight away. But when it did hit me, I was just fucked. And then we went to my other mate's house. He's like, oh, fucking everyone come back to my place. And his parents would just let us do whatever we wanted. And there were kids from the grade above us there. And they're like drinking beers. And one of them had a 6-pack and they're like, reckon you could slam this 6-pack in fucking like whatever it was, 5 minutes again. And I'm like, yeah, fucking, of course I can. So I start slamming the first one, get the second one, and I'm slamming it again, but they're not popping them fast enough for me. So I got the next one and just snapped the neck off and then just started sculling the beer.
Why am I shitting glass?
And then
so
next
fucked.
thing I remember waking up in my bed with my mum super pissed off because she had to come pick me up.
That's pretty impressive that you just snapped that
Yeah.
off. Like, that's
Not cut.
Mum made me buy my mate's mum flowers and take them down the next day.
And a bottle opener.
and tell them
He
what I
coined the
did.
term necking a bottle.
My mum was big on embarrassing punishments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your mum
Next
sounds
day.
sick.
Yeah, but lost it.
Oh,
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
You have the opposite issue to Ash.
You know,
Short story long.
no. So your parents were like what with drinking? Okay or not okay?
Yeah, my mum bought our alcohol from fucking, like grade 9, I think we were. Because she was under the impression if she gave me the alcohol, then she was somewhat...
You get less drunk?
Yeah, like somewhat in control, I guess. But like
Yeah.
a couple of my mates' parents were the same. So we'd just all get our parents to buy the alcohol, get there together and just put it all together and just start slamming shit.
Wait.
My mum was always sweet with it.
Yeah.
She'd buy those buckets of shots.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
I'll buy them now.
Yeah.
they're
I haven't
so
had them
good.
for probably like
You
8
said
years.
mud shakes before. I stopped at the bottle shop and I was like, "Ooh, I should get those because I know they'll drink it."
Yeah, there's so many yummy drinks.
Yummy.
Nikita always, like, whenever I go to the bottle, I'm like, you want anything? She always says yes, but she never ever drinks it. And I'm like, oh, what do you want? She's like, Midori splices. Oh,
Treat,
so
bro.
good.
Treat.
Shit, and I'm like, yeah, no worries, knowing she's not going to drink them. And like the next night, I can be
You're
like,
like,
you
I
gonna
love
drink
them.
these?
You want 12? I'll get you 12.
Just
So
buy the
good.
bottle of Midori.
So refreshing.
Oh, it's so good.
I can't do sugar drinks, Sugarholic.
Yeah.
Really?
I like it.
I don't know.
I like it at the end of the night.
I think UDL's ruined it for me.
Okay. But
Remember
yeah,
UDLs? Someone would be like,
gross,
it'd be the girls in the group would be like, get a carton of UDLs.
Yeah.
And then we'd just be smashing the UDLs, like Fanta with alcohol in it.
Remember like the first Christmas party we ever had together? And we got a carton of cruisers and everyone was like,
Oh, that's right. We rocked up to the boss's house.
that's so... We're going to our first trainee Christmas
Wait,
party.
didn't we organise it or something?
Yeah, we organised it.
Did I buy them for you or something
Probably,
like that?
I don't know.
So you
That's what they supplied.
You walk the hard line so we can do that now. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I know.
Like you
Something happened that night?
If you bring a case of cruisers
Probably.
now,
I think that was your...
It'd be fine.
you're a legend.
Really?
I think that was your Batman night.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I love cruisers.
No. Okay, you do.
No, everyone loves cruisers.
That same night.
Yeah.
A lot happened that night. Just triggered me. My missus picked me up. Or picked...
Picked us up from the Maccas.
So Ash lived like 5 minutes from us. So I was like, you sweet to drive Ash home as well? She's like, oh, I guess. And then another guy needed a lift as well. I think that was Baz as well.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I did it, but when I started that job, I told a fucked up story about how my missus used to be a dude.
He convinced me that he was...
Was it you or Baz that said it to her? Anyway.
Baz, I think.
Yeah,
it might have been me. I don't know.
No, it was Baz because she was pissed off. Otherwise, she'd still be pissed off at you because she always brings it up. Because Ash and Baz get in the back seat and Baz is like looking at her in the driver's seat and he's like, you can't even tell she used to be a dude. And I'm like, she's flipped and she's like, what are you talking about? Anyway. And then we get home. Oh, that's right. And we're just being a pest. And I'm like, go through Macca's for us. And we went through Macca's and Ash and I got Happy Meals for some reason. And we get home.
No, remember we went... No, I think we walked into Macca's and they wouldn't give us the Happy Meals or something. But so we bought the
Because you were
toys
drunk?
separate. We're like, give me a fucking
Why would
cheeseburger, give me a drink, give me a small chips, and give me the toy and I'll pay for it all separately.
Why would they not give you a Happy Meal?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They weren't served. I don't know. Probably because we're just adults.
Yeah.
You can go and buy a Happy Meal now.
Anyway, I got
there's
home.
more
Was it
rules back
late? Because they don't do
It was late.
It was
yeah.
pretty late, yeah.
I got home and you know, like when you're finally in bed and your eyes they're just fucking like everywhere. My phone goes off and I just pick it up and it's just Ash laying in his bed with the fucking Happy Meal toy. It was like a Batman or a Superman or something. He's just flying it through the air going like whoosh. And I'm like, I was just like, I can sleep now.
He's home.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, James, I don't know, he somehow convinced me. He goes, I don't know, you know how he lies sometimes and it's convincing?
Yeah,
And he's like,
half the time he speaks, I don't know if he's been.
Yeah, he's like,
truthful
my
or-
missus used to be a dude.
That's his shtick.
And she had surgery and like, it just full convinced me. This is like early days of knowing him. And I think some of the other guys like played along with it.
No, I haven't yet.
And yeah, just I was like, okay, sure. But yeah, he used to play some mad pranks on me. That one time he got my phone, changed his name to my girlfriend's name,
Oh, you were telling
And
me
then
this
he-
the other day, yeah.
and then he
Do
texts.
you know this one, Adrian?
Yeah.
And then he
right.
texts, I'll say, anyway, he texts me and he's like, we should have threesome, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Did I even write back? I
think you replied a little bit.
I ran down to the guys. I'm like, guys, guess
He
what
came over
happens?
to the other shed so stoked. And
I'm
he's-
like, oi, my missus like is keen for a threesome, and I don't know how it all went down, but I was pretty heartbroken when when you told me it was you. I'm so glad I didn't like say something embarrassing back.
Send a dick
Like,
pic back.
I'm ready to go this afternoon.
yeah, I'll call mum.
Oi, Adrian's sending me something
Hang on. Oh,
apparently on Messenger, but while we're waiting, I wanted to show you guys.
How was that?
You've already seen it.
Yeah.
Show me. Have I seen it?
I don't know. Just
I
wait.
got there.
I'm getting it up.
So she's ahead.
Oh, thank you, by the way. You've
The video.
changed Ash, man.
Why?
All right, ready? Just watch this first.
Changed me.
You ready?
Yeah.
This is the video I was going to send you. I don't know why, but stuff like this, I can watch anything, but something like this just gets me.
Oh.
Did his head fall off?
Reckon he came back up?
Is this on YouTube?
This is on Facebook. This is where I seen it anyway.
More like
I don't
Facebook.
think
Oh man, that's rough.
It is rough, isn't it?
I watched a 10-minute
that's
video
like-
of people dying in car crashes.
that's like 2,000.
and I was showing Josh.
Your son.
So
No,
This is live.
So I bought a racing car from the Shell Servo. It's like the V8 supercar thing, and I kept it in the box on the bench. I'm like, I'm not taking this out of the box. I'm just leaving it because like a little remote control thing.
Yeah.
And Josh saw it, and he's like, racing car, and he just wanted it. So I'm like, no, we'll watch videos of racing cars on the thing. And the first thing that popped up was like, it was like 10-minute video of like when people died during races. I was like, here, watch some car crashes, and it's just like people dead. Like one of them was like a Formula One car.
Don't let him watch the UFC.
Yeah, he's like crash, and it's like this dude, like a marshal ran out to help put a fire out in one of the racing cars, and a Formula One car hits him, and just like he just splits into pieces, flying through. It's on YouTube, like flying through the air and shit. Just I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna stop showing you this now.
So we were working yesterday, and you sent that video through to Ash.
I was going to send it to you individually, but
I know
thought you
it's
together.
not his.
I know if James is going to send me anything, I know exactly what it's going to be.
you
It's
don't.
going to be horrible.
You have to explain what it was though.
I can't explain what it was.
I don't
It
even.
makes
How
me
did it start?
with a
So
Lynx
a-
can and an
That's
axe.
what.
So it was a slow-mo video of an axe going down to a Lynx can, like he was going to chop it, and it has like this music behind it. And when James sent it to me, I had my earbuds in, and they're on loud, and I could hear the music. And as soon as the axe touches the Lynx can, it turns into two dudes bent over with someone with both their hands up their arseholes,
double-fisted.
and then pulls their hands out and they prolapse
Yeah.
all over the joint, and the sound was like,
But, like,
Wind
so
song.
we're at the childcare centre, and he like I'm pretty far away from him. He's like walked over and goes, "You need to watch this video I just sent you." And he stood there like looking at me. I'm like, "Oh, this might be interesting." Ash is pretty trustworthy, pretty trustworthy guy. You know what I mean?
you're watching the axe come down. And he goes, "Oh, am I going to get scared?"
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
I'm gonna
jump
get scared
scare.
or something. And then that just like, oh my god! He goes, "Yeah, James sent me that one." I'm like,
And it's
"Of course he did."
And it's way better when you've got your earphones in.
Yeah, and you're sitting there going, "Watch it again, turn it up." I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Hang on.
I've just
So,
paused
just
Adrian's.
quickly. So that's one of my mates. This must have been at a Christmas party we had sometime, and that's one of my mates, Carl. And do you remember that thing where it'd be like grayed out the video and like Thug Life?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Steve made this. It's like 10 years old. Steve made this and he found it. And I couldn't stop laughing. Like, you're an idiot.
Is there sound?
I don't know. There might be on the right. Yeah. Just watch.
Back before meme generators.
You idiot! Why are you so ghetto for?
How did you have that ready to go?
I don't know. He planned to do it. I
Oh
think.
right.
It's so good. I don't know how people still get beaten up by pinatas, eh?
And get like
Don't you?
There's always like a grandma swinging a bat at a pinata, and some dickhead runs in like, okay, time to stop, and then they just get nailed,
yeah.
like unexpectedly.
Fucking hell.
Katie bought a pinata for Josh's like first birthday, And I was like, I don't think he's going to get through it. And they're fucking hard. They're thick cardboard.
You can't break them.
Yeah. And I don't know, it just turned into a fight because everyone wanted to hold the bat. You might have been there for it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
We've had a few pinatas. The kids can never break them.
Yeah. You end up just like ripping their head off and pouring the lollies out because that's all they want.
You have to fill up the lollies yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Bullshit.
disappointing. I thought you just bought it like that.
No, but then you can put whatever you want in it. I went to I don't know if it was the 21st or something, someone's birthday, and they had a pinata full of those mini alcohol bottles. I was like,
pretty cool.
That's sick.
That's a good idea.
Then you hit it too hard.
Just smash everyone.
Oi, while we're on the topic of videos, this one's going around. Have you guys seen The Mailman? Where
the one
he's
that
like,
fell out on your
nah,
drive.
where he's like,
Still there.
where he like stuffs up accidentally and he's like greeting.
No, I don't
Obviously not. All right, it's going around like a few different podcasts and shit at the moment. Tell me if you think this guy's like
Forget your race.
legit, yeah, or whether it's a like legit slip up.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm Fernando. I work for Peak Energy. We're a few doors down. We're in 1845.
Okay.
So we do solar around here. We're just coming around talking to neighbors. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man. No, man, that wasn't even...
Did you just walk away? He walked away.
Yeah, he's all awkward. So I don't know if he's like being genuine, but it's a fucking bad slip up, eh?
Yeah, Freudian slip is bad. I don't think he is.
Yeah,
That's genuine as.
yeah. Look how bad
He's
he
like,
Hello?
I missed a sale.
But he,
yeah.
but it's like there was no malice or
Surprised
whatever
he didn't
you
get-
were saying.
Do that.
What do you mean? How did you do that?
I'm surprised he didn't get robbed.
All the time. Yeah, it's a pretty bad one.
That is pretty funny though.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah. Is he Joe Rogan?
Is he Joe Rogan? All right.
Classic.
When you were talking about your kids before, triggered me again. So, both our kids are like opposite end of the scale as to like pain tolerance.
Okay.
So
One,
we-
two.
Really? Yeah. So Westy he'll fucking do this and he'll just be screaming, ice packs, band-aids, fucking everything.
Yeah.
And then Parker, like, he'll fall off the trampoline on his head, like jump back up and be like, let's do it again. So because of that, we've like developed a fucking like threshold and we sort of ignore him. And we've only picked up on it the last like week and Nikita and I can't stop laughing about it. So like he was sitting out on the couch one day. Nikita, Westy and I were in the kitchen doing something. And for a solid maybe minute, we all heard Parker like, it was just like monotone, ow, ow, ow. And we could hear it, but like none of us rushed to see what was wrong. And I'm like, oh, and I just walked out to the lounge room for some other reason other than to check on my kid. And he's like wedged his arm through like the handle of the clothes basket and then like poked it out the holes on the other side. And it was stuck so bad. And I'm like, oh shit, are you okay? So I like got him out and he just got on with his day.
Yeah.
And then the other night, Nikita turned the shower on for the boys and Parker got straight in and then Nikita walked off to do whatever she had to do. And then Westy went to jump in and he's like, and Parker was in there for a solid maybe like minute. And Westy screams out, he's like, the water's cold. And we're like, what? And we got in there and Nikita just turned it like on straight cold and Parker's just chilling in there in like freezing cold.
This is my life.
Yeah, I'm like, did you check this temperature? This poor kid's just getting neglected. I felt so bad.
Yeah. I don't know if that's an age thing, like understanding pain and what's going to cause you pain. Because it's the same way as well. Our oldest is like low pain threshold.
Yeah, right.
You know, but she wasn't like that before.
Yeah, Westy was never this bad until maybe the last like year or so. And now it's just fucking like, oh, sometimes I can't deal.
Josh will bump his head or something. Then he's like, I want cold, which means he wants an ice pack.
Yeah.
And if I give him an ice I don't know, we don't really have anything to give him but like bag of peas, and he just tears the cunt open. So all our frozen veggies are now like in secondary bags of like snap lock bags. Yeah. And like whenever you give him any, like he'll just bump his knee and it's like a fake cry that he wants cold. So we give him whatever and he just plays with it. He doesn't like put it on his knee or anything.
Yeah. Yes. Fucking that. Nothing shits me more when you have to get an ice pack, like wrap it in paper towel or a fucking tea towel or something. They put it on their head for like 3 seconds and then they're off running. And I'm like, I've taken time out of my day.
No.
Can I get some more ice, please?
Unless they actually hurt, I'd tell them to suck it up.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same as well. Nikita's way more fucking gentle than I am. Today, when we had to drive to Nikita's friends for one of her kids had a birthday party, and Nikita's like, she's bought 3 birthday cards for this little girl and lost all 3. So on the way, she's like, oh, I'll just pull into the shops and I'll run in and get one. So I'm sitting in the car with the 2 boys and they're doing their usual shit, like reaching over, punching each other and stuff. Yeah. And I'm just letting them do it. And I'm like, fucking... And 99% of the time, the youngest fucking beats the fuck out of the oldest.
Yep.
And...
Because he's got a better pain threshold.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Hamish is barely walking and he fucking shits on Josh.
Yeah. And I just like... And then they start like swinging hard and I just like reach back and put my arm between them like I'm making an effort. It's like palm in the face. And then, Nikita gets back to the car and they're both screaming and I'm like, I don't know what happened.
I wasn't sitting here.
No. I don't know if I want more of this. Tastes a little odd.
It's fine.
Why are you screwing your face up?
Because it's just weird you drink it straight.
Why? It's good.
Do you want some?
Nah.
I do.
Yeah. What'd you get? Canadian Club.
I didn't get it.
It's good.
I stole it from mum and dad 10 years ago.
So now it's aged 22 years.
Just give me.
Oh, you want something? How much?
Oh, no. That's good. Yeah, so Kenzie desperately wants to be able to handstand. She's not super athletic or whatever. She's like likes crafts and arts and that type of shit. And so she's like Tara's telling her like try and do it against the wall, but she doesn't have like the arm strength to do it.
Yeah.
So like grab her legs and try and hold her up and like, all right, slowly like letting more and more weight off. And like the last time she went to do it, I like didn't hold any weight at all. She just like smashed her head on the ground. And she was like, freaking out. But Evie can pretty much do it fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it fucking sucks. Because Westy's like, even at the party today, he's like kicking a footy in the backyard and everyone's like, oh, he's like so good at kicking. And I'm like, he's going to start footy next year and some kid's going to tackle him and he's just going to like, he's going to be better at soccer, for sure.
Parker starts footy.
Games and then they understand it.
Parker starts footy, he just gets like caught in a fucking basket. We put the basket on the field.
Yeah. Parker's just fucking tangled in the ball bag.
Ow.
Have you had like the child hurts himself, rush him to the hospital situation yet?
Only when I dropped it.
Oh, that's right. That was when she was like a newborn.
I didn't really drop. Well, technically I did. So I was supposed to be watching her.
She dropped herself, man.
Yeah.
She's on a change table and turned around and she like wriggled off the change table. Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
And I guess if you count falling from a change table to the floor, I dropped her.
Yeah. I guess I didn't catch her.
We went to the hospital. She's fine. They're pretty resilient.
Yeah, that's right then.
But like it could have been bad.
Yeah. That was like when we first had Westy and I was like panicking just touching him. And like one of my cousins called me and he had a baby maybe 6 months before. And he's just like, oh, just like a heads up. Like, no matter what you do, you can't break him. He's like, I've tried. And I'm like,
I've tried.
It made me feel so much better. I was like so much rougher after that.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean,
I think if they're a newborn and you like do this,
obviously
it's probably bad.
Like limits.
Yeah. The only time was like when Josh fell off the couch and went and face planted into the concrete. We have cement floors.
Yeah.
And then, like busted his nose and forehead and shit. Yeah, big bruise up here and like blood nose.
Yeah.
And I thought he fucking broke his neck. Cause he did it. He like just, it was jumping on the couch and he fell over the back, head first, and bent
Scorpion.
his back all the way, like back to his head all the way back. So and Hamish was a newborn. So I grabbed Josh. Oh, he did the whole like silence before the scream. And I was like, oh, fucking please cry. I thought he fucking broke his neck. So I like grabbed him, probably the worst thing to do. So I like nestled his head, picked him up and just held him. And he's like screaming. And I'm like, fuck, we're at the hospital. So then Katie's like, all right. So she starts like, she just cooked dinner and it's like big spaghetti bolognese. So she starts like putting it in the container to put in the fridge. I'm like, fucking forget it. Anyway, she got it all done.
Just wait.
So I'm like, I ran to the ute and all my shit was like, all my tools and shit were like in the baby seats. I was like, fuck. So then she's getting like the pram out to get, because we had the newborns, she had to put nappies in a bag and shit so we could, it took us like half an hour to get to the hospital. By then Josh just stopped crying.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, just fucking hold Josh in the passenger seat and we'll just, because we live on the street of the hospital technically. And then it was just like 4 hours in the hospital of like monitoring and then he was fine. He just had a mad bruise.
They have to do it though.
Yeah, they got to like watch.
They had a sports carnival at kids' school, and Kenzie ran before, and we went to watch before we got there. No, sorry. So we got there and we saw her class or whatever come out. She was holding an ice pack on her nose. I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "I ran into a pole, face first into a pole, got a blood nose."
Jake's dad opened the gate on me.
And she still wanted to do the sports carnival thing, which is fine, so she did it. And then afterwards, or the next day, the school nurse or whatever called us and they're like, "Oh, it didn't look like that bad when she saw me." And I'm like, "I don't know, her nose is all swollen, she looked like and flat."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, I should probably like go to the doctor on the way through." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's like technically a head injury. We should get her checked out." But she was fine. I was like, "No, we're not waiting around here in the hospital for hours."
We're looking at, I don't know who I was with, but we're looking at skulls the other day, like on photos of them. And I'm like,
here. We looked at the gorilla skulls.
Yeah, because we were trying to figure out where the teeth
were attached. Yeah.
Did we figure that out?
Not the teeth, but
Yeah, not technically.
I think we got sidetracked on gorilla muscle.
Yeah.
But the teeth are joined to the skull?
That's what I
We
think.
never figured
yeah.
it
Because when they find like skulls and shit, the teeth are in there.
Yeah,
But what about those red teeth that chatter?
I'm assuming that they're attached to the skull and the gum is some sort of I don't know, like a protection over the bone.
Because like when I showed you X-rays of my teeth, it looked like the roots were just chilling in nowhere. It didn't look like
in the gum. I don't know. Well, there's a thing called
anyway.
Google, right? We could like do that again.
Google the teeth bones connected to the. So that reminded me of like that when we were looking at skulls. It reminded me of the fact that your nose isn't a bone. I keep forgetting that. It's like
That's all cartilage, eh?
yeah. So when you break your nose, you're just like ripping the cartilage off the bone, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that why you can just like bend it back? Have you ever seen someone like break their nose and then
Yeah. So what is a broken nose? Are you actually breaking that? Because at the top here is a bit of bone. Because it sort of goes to a nub and then it's all cartilage. So how do you break your nose? Are you just tearing the cartilage?
Probably.
I don't know, but it would suck to break your nose.
Yeah.
I'd love to fucking break your nose.
Oh, I'd like to see you try.
Sidetrack.
Oh, interesting. Okay, sorry.
No, go that first because this could take us on a whole nother tangent.
So it says like they're connected in pockets inside your like
Teeth.
Your teeth are they sit in pockets.
Yeah.
So they're not, and they're connected by like nerves and like blood vessels and stuff.
Right.
But I don't know if they're actually like, it's not fused there, I guess. It says long roots hold each one in place.
My brother broke his nose when he was like, he just turned 18, went clubbing, and someone smacked him out in the car park, and it broke his nose. And then for like a couple of years, he couldn't breathe properly through his nose at all.
Yeah.
And then, and he was a surfer too. And this one time he was surfing, the board came back up and re-broke his nose, and it fixed the fucking sinus problem he had. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got something fucked with my nose as well, but I just couldn't be fucked going to deal with it because I can breathe through one nostril and not the other.
Really?
Yeah, that one.
Always.
Fun.
Always.
That's weird.
That's the
That
crystal
would
ear thing.
drive me crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Isn't that what you said?
have your septum
Deviated septum or something.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
He went to an ENT and he said like, "Oh, your shit's all fucked up."
Yeah. It's when I did that snoring test thing, they brought it up and I was just like, oh,
I think they cut out
coming back.
Yeah, they cut out something and it fixes it all.
But on teeth, so you're probably going to have fucking some brainy scientist thing, and I'm going to feel stupid for even asking. Nerd. When you're a kid, do you have 2 sets of teeth? So what? You've already got your adults in your face.
I think they're embedded in there. Like they're in there. Yeah.
So you're born with 2 sets of teeth.
They don't just like magically appear.
Well,
I thought they'd grow.
No, I'm not a dentist.
So you know how
am I?
you said they're connected by nerves?
I'm not a dentist, Stu.
Teaching doctor.
You're not a dentist, you're a doctor.
We're getting way away from it now, but fucking, when you said Josh fell and you were like worried about should have thought about picking him up or something.
Yeah.
I
wasn't going to leave him there.
Yeah, nah.
I don't know what to do.
There's a fucked up story. Holy fuck, that's
Wait, so
rank.
your adult teeth are in your jaw?
I think so.
So what happens to those holes once they grow up?
I think they fill in.
With bone or
I
something?
think so, yeah.
That is unreal.
That's pretty hectic.
We should probably put that on the big screen so people can see.
Shut up, Ash.
Yeah, sorry. I'll just drink my coffee. My 3rd coffee.
It's another job for me that I don't have time for.
Anyway, go on.
So yeah, this kid that I played footy with, the year that I quit footy, so we won the premiership and everything. He was in the team, and his whole family was obsessed with motorbikes and shit. So him and one of his mates went riding out at the Logan Village, fucking Pine Forest or whatever it's called. They're riding and shit, and his mate lost him in the forest somewhere. So he's called the guy's dad, and then like this massive search party's gone out there to look for him and shit. And they couldn't find him, like cops and all that were looking for him as well. Finally, his dad found him on like this little side dirt track. So he's like crashed his motorbike into a tree. So he's just laying on the ground next to his bike and shit. His dad sees him on the ground. So he runs over to him and just like not even thinking like you did, just pulled his helmet off. But his helmet was the only thing holding whatever's going on in here in place. So as soon as he pulled that helmet off, it like killed his son.
Holy
That
shit.
shit's
You can't do that.
that shit's fucking like scarred in my head. As soon as I heard that, I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
Because
so
now
Will you remember that now, though?
Hey,
Will you remember that now, though? Like, or just
it's fucking hard because like same deal. If you see a kid on the floor, first thing you want to do is like pick him up
yeah.
because like he was obviously fucked up from that. Because I think again it was fucking ages ago, but from memory, I think when he found him, he was somewhat responsive, and then when he pulled the helmet off, like he was just fucking like done.
That's crazy.
Oh. But
Good times, good bad.
regardless, how would they have kept him alive though?
I don't know.
well, I think they'd brace it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or they could
collar
like,
on or whatever.
yeah, brace him and then maybe grind the helmet off. I don't fucking know.
God. Get the Makita.
Or how else are you going to get a helmet off if you can't pull it off?
Have we talked about this? Have you broken any bones, Paul?
Is a fracture a break?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fractured my wrist.
Okay.
No, nothing.
Yeah? No, I fractured my wrist too. Right. Riding.
Oh, really? That's way cooler.
Yeah.
Way cooler than mine.
I've had a compound dislocation.
Okay. Wait.
Wait, that's way better.
Compound
than
fracture means the bone comes out, right?
Out of the skin.
What's a compound dislocation?
This triggers
So,
me, right?
This finger
Oh, that's right.
just dislocated out and it just broke the skin, but they just popped it back in.
Wow.
So the bone poked out.
Yeah, the bone popped out. I got a photo.
Yeah, show us.
It's the coolest thing I've
Send it to James.
Airdrop it.
I don't know if I want to see.
It's not too bad, but it was out.
Was it a lot of bone? Just a little bit.
I hate it when they call it
Like, what's this fucking white shit?
Well, when I did it, like I kind
Well,
of
how did you do it? What happened?
I was playing footy. I was on the field for a minute, and I got bumped off, and I just fell back and put my hand down. I was like, and like pins and needles, and then I like looked at my finger and it was facing that way. Oh. And I was like, oh. Had to put my hand up, stayed on there for a minute, and then like,
Fingers are
so like the runner, like the trainers come on. I'm like, oh, just pop my finger back in. He goes, nah, dude, your bone's out. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, just pop it back in, I'll be good. He's like, nah, you got to go in there. And like, I had a look, man, I like almost passed out. It was fuck.
Oh, you can't look at stuff like that?
Not when it's your own.
Not well, yeah. If it's like you, I'll be like, oh, that's sick.
I fucking hacked half my finger off the other week when we were together. And you're like, oh, you'd be
That's a
right,
baby
mate.
gash.
That was not even bad.
That's so bad.
Is that when you cut your hand?
No, my finger here.
How do you hurt yourself all the time?
Because I shouldn't be on site.
Bad
Yeah, that's the stone one.
Yeah, that's
decent.
that's pretty bad.
I don't know how to airdrop.
Just go share and then airdrop.
No, I've never broken a bone, but I've had like
Just airdrop turned on.
Yeah, it should be. I airdropped something earlier today.
I've had equally shitter injuries.
Like
but
what?
not- like when I cut my tendon with with
Oh
a Stanley
my
knife,
god, I can't deal. That's so.
or when I got smacked in the face with a golf ball.
That's a bad one.
That was
I
a good-
fucking can't look at that one.
Wow.
Really?
Have you seen that one?
No.
Send that one.
I must have
Surely
seen
you've seen that.
No.
Can I send it? How do I send it to you?
Airdrop.
I need you to.
The story behind it's funny because we weren't on a golf course. We were at work.
From everyone or contact.
Oh, well, that's Ash. Ash, you just got it. Sorry.
Ooh, decline. I don't want to see that.
Thanks.
Should I tell the story?
Yeah.
So we're at work. It was the last day of work.
Where's airdrop before you get started?
Yeah.
Spotlight airdrop.
Where?
Just go to Spotlight and search airdrop.
Fuck is spot?
That's fucking magnifying glass, you wanker.
I thought you meant like a fabric shop.
Go buy me some crafts. Ask them for an airdrop.
Yeah, so it was the last day of work and we were just sitting, I think we were just having beers and we're sitting in the factory and I was sitting next to this older fella named Colin and he was like, I don't know, 60s or something. And he was to my left and it was Baz. Baz and the other guys were throwing golf balls and like hitting them with a bit of PVC pipe or something. Were you there for that? No, you weren't there.
Nah, I was fired by then.
And so, anyway, they're hitting it, and he smashed it, and it went past me. I was like, "Don't fucking hit it towards me,
I
you
can't find
dickhead!"
fucking airdrop.
This was ping pong that escalated
jealous.
into fucking hitting golf balls and shit.
So like, it's not that bad.
And
Were they actually playing ping pong? Oh, they were just fucking.
And then like when they put it back in,
sorry, I'll wait for them. I'll wait for these rude fucking cunts.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck them.
Yeah. Yeah, keep
Yeah.
going.
So he's smacked the golf ball and it's gone past me. I was like, don't fucking do that. Anyway, the next time he did it, it smacked me right in the head, like in the lip. And it would have smacked Colin in the head, the old fella. Anyway, yeah, I can't
I
send
was
you
a shield for you.
I can't send you the photo because someone doesn't know how to use a laptop. But
Oh, that's fucking worse than you.
Wait till you see Ash's poor face.
and then like
You look like those girls now that get the fucking injections.
Oh, yeah, so it happened.
I feel like that's worse.
Christmas.
Like it
That
looks
is worse. But it happened in Christmas holidays, and I couldn't eat.
Oh, my fucking airdrop's up there.
Okay, I'll send this to you. I'll send this to you so the world can see.
Where's my airdrop?
So it happened on Christmas holidays. I couldn't eat, and then drinking. I couldn't even use a straw because I couldn't vacuum seal the straw with my mouth because my mouth is so swollen and fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What'd you eat? What'd you drink?
I just
You
fucking
have spoon
starved.
soup?
It was just incredibly difficult. But yeah, how do I send it?
I did lie though. I broke my jaw.
Oh yeah.
I broke my jaw. Yeah. What about that?
Sorry about that.
Is that
casino.
is that breaking a bone? Or is that
Yeah, jaw's a bone.
Yeah.
your jaw itself doesn't break? It just dislocates.
It's like
from
it's like a fracture,
hinge.
like it has a
it's
crack or whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
cracked. So that's about it.
Has that been fixed?
They couldn't do because they couldn't do much for it.
Yeah.
It's too
I
much
can tell.
gas.
That's like if you break a rib or whatever, they can't do anything. They just gotta like
Deal
let
with
it float.
deal with it.
I just got it removed.
So you can suck your own dick.
That's impressive. Oh, that's kind of gross. Yeah. It's not the best like photo.
It's not a good angle.
Did it fuck your teeth up? Like,
Nah.
did it kill a tooth?
Nah, just.
You've seen those people with like the.
I got to droop your
tooth?
lip
So,
from
like,
it. You can see how it droops.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's up. Now you're gonna see it every time you talk to me.
I'm probably not. That was like the worst part. Grade 11 at school, we had like rugby union.
Figure out your airdrop. I have more to send you. But go on.
He has it. Send it.
Yeah, airdrop's on. I should get like a notification
you
whenever
gotta- you
I
gotta press
airdrop something.
and then it should go to him.
He's not there.
Is your airdrop on? Like it's open.
Oh my god.
It has to be open on your computer, I think, to make it work.
So what you're saying? You're
Right.
you're playing rugby.
He's concentrating. He can't do two
okay.
things.
Yeah, playing rugby. And then I got smashed in a tackle at school, and my fucking whole top lip was legit like down here. Like you couldn't see my bottom lip at all. Someone was like,
Fell off.
someone was like, I don't know, it just fucking swole up like crazy. And someone's like, you look like a pelican. And I'm like, cool. Legit. Like the whole way through high school, everyone just started calling me Pelican Man. I had to get
a bigger bottom
I
lip.
had to get it like on the back of my school jersey and everything. I
You
was
didn't
like,
have to.
well, what else was I going to get?
My mum made me get it on my jersey.
Airdrop's not working. That's fucking
Okay.
dead.
Fantastic. All right.
Fuck Apple.
Fucking Apple.
Fuck Steve Jobs.
This isn't me.
Piece of
But
shit.
this is possibly the worst black eye you'll ever see.
Doubt it.
Oh yeah, I think I was.
If he
thinking
shows you a black person,
it sucks that we're only just showing each other these photos.
no, it's fine.
Can't tell me that's not the worst black eye you've ever seen.
That's pretty bad.
Wow.
Didn't he play the game the next day?
Yeah, he had to play the next week.
Hold up
'Cause
to
it
the
was
camera. With the red lights, it's on.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ash.
Did you look at it when it was blinking?
Yeah, I was like, it's off. Oh, it's on. Now it's off again. Oh, it's on.
When it's on is the only time it's recording.
Oh, true that.
Did you change it?
Yeah, I did. Changed it. Yes, sir. So we're fucking good to go. We're good to go, Jake.
What else can we talk about?
Go. What flavour vape you got there?
You know what flavour I got?
Very berry.
Very berry.
Yeah, I knew it would be.
Is it always?
Always very berry. If you swap and change too much, it's hard to get used to it. It's gross. Too many, like some of them are like sweeter than the other ones. Like and cooler, apparently.
Cooler.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
they
like a
put menthol in
sweetness
it.
and a coolness.
Yeah, right.
You should take up smoking.
Because then you stink. I hate stinking.
Nah, but it's just cooler.
Anyway.
I remember when vape was becoming a thing, and I'm like 10 years ago, and it was just no one would ever think of doing it because it was so fucking gay, like scooters.
Yeah.
But now they're just all the rage.
Yeah.
And rollerblading.
How was your skateboard trip?
I rollerbladed.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was pretty shit, actually.
Why?
Did you ride?
Hey?
Did you drop in?
Well, Nikita had work, so we had to walk to the skate park because she had the car, and my utes only got one seat. So we walked all the way there. My
How
youngest,
far away is it?
probably 2K, maybe.
That's a long walk.
Yeah. So youngest didn't want to walk, so I carried him and his scooter most of the way. Then we got there, and there was too many kids on the skate park for my oldest son to fucking deal with his emotions and shit. So we had to go and like play soccer for a bit. Luckily, I put a soccer ball in the bag. So we played soccer at the field beside, and then there was still too many kids. So then we did this random bushwalk like on the way back. It was fuck. There was so many lizards.
What? Okay,
bags.
so
That just scares me. When you're on a quiet bushwalk and you just hear like the grass rustle and
you mean
Lizards are
when you hear
basically-
lizards?
You're trying to be
in
the
their
man too.
yeah,
Lizards are
kids with you.
snakes with legs. That's all.
yeah, they're hectic.
Fuck that.
We got we got 2 psycho bush turkeys hanging out at our house at the moment. They'll be in our backyard or front yard. And yesterday we were feeding them. I don't know why.
I wonder why these
Yeah.
bush turkeys are hanging out at my house.
We feed them because they're cool, but like we don't want them to be around. And yesterday, after this massive walk, we're like feeding the bush turkeys, and this bush turkey just kept getting closer and closer, and it got like within maybe from me to Ash, and then I was just like, "Fucking run!"
Why?
I was so scared.
Birds are bad, man.
I was trying to like be
Sound
tough in front of my kids, and I was just like, "Everyone to the front door."
Why?
It's just got to look like you can't read a bird.
If he runs at, it's a bush turkey. If he runs at you, you kick it.
They got. Have you seen their
But like
fucking?
if they like flare up and shit, that's
Yeah.
pretty terrifying.
Fuck. Have you
Birds-
seen
I
one?
understand.
they
Birds
Have
are
you?
one of the most hated.
Their mouths are knives.
Have you seen one run? It's like watching a fucking raptor.
What? Oh my god!
It is. They're mini dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park 9
Yes.
in my front yard.
Yeah.
My kid got fucking almost lost his eye to a magpie the other week.
Exactly.
That was fucked.
Yeah, it's different though.
How did a magpie get
Because
close
swooped
to your
him.
kid?
Magpie swoop.
Oh,
What do you mean?
it was just chilling in the yard, and Josh was like, "Oh, a bird," and he's sort of walking towards it, and it jumps up and pecks at his face.
I didn't.
I was
thought it
like,
swooped him.
and I yelled out, so I'm like, "Fuck, stop!" Because they just go for the eyes. And then he jumped up again and it got him. It cut him. It started from the bottom of the eyelid down to his cheek. And like it was bleeding and shit. And I was like, if it went like half a fucking centimetre high, it would have got his eyeball.
Yeah. Nikita fucking had another awkward moment where she like gets over the top about everything at the party we were at today. So like a bird came and landed above where a couple of people were sitting and people in front of them were like, oh no, a magpie. And Nikita randomly fucking pops out and she's like, that's not a magpie, that's a butcher bird. And I'm like, I just looked at her and I'm like, no, nobody cares.
Did you know?
Yeah, I'm like, nobody cares about your bird facts. And she's like, you're probably right.
A magpie and a butcher bird are completely different birds.
Yeah.
They look pretty similar.
You're thinking of mudlark.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of a mudlark that looks like a magpie but skinnier?
I don't fucking know. It was like a little magpie.
I'm going to go ask Nikita. Yeah, mudlarks.
Mudlarks? What the fuck is a mudlark?
I don't know, it must be related to a magpie. Google mudlark. Butcher birds, those little grey things, aren't they?
Look at this.
Is that a mudlark?
Is
Yeah,
that not it's a magpie lark.
mudlark. Is that what you're talking
That's
about?
a wood.
It's like a skinny
Yeah,
magpie.
that's a butcher bird. So that's what she was like. She was
I
like,
didn't know
relax.
they looked-
Relax, everyone. That's just a common butcher bird.
Look, that's good. Like
Supplies
a
all
head.
your meat.
How did she know that?
I don't know.
Do you know to get a
Even Tara would know that shit too, though.
Did you know to get a bird relocated if it attacks or whatever, they send someone out and they dart it and then relocate it, but it costs $500 a bird. Like it's not like
Really?
a government, like a council supplied thing. It's you got to pay.
Like snake
Yeah.
catcher.
We caught a bird in our backyard and put it, it had like a broken wing or something, and we put it on the community page and some,
Was it a tough catch?
I hate catching shit. It took me like an hour to fucking like throw a towel over this thing and quickly scoop it up and put it in like an esky. And just someone commented on the community page. They're like, bring it to my house. I'll make sure it gets to the right place.
I'll fire up the Barbie.
Yeah, I was like, oh, better your place than mine.
A couple months ago, I was driving
Just
home.
take it to the vet. They'll take it.
Yeah, you take anything to the vet. The other was a couple months ago. I was driving home and it was pissing down rain. I pulled into the driveway and there's a lady sort of half standing between the road and my driveway with an umbrella, like looking at the ground. She's sort of holding it over the ground, and I was like, nodded to her. I'm like, why are you in my driveway? So I fucking drove in. I hopped out. I got my shit, and I'm looking at her, and she's kind of looking at me. And I'm like, fuck, I got to go over because something's happening. So I walked over in the rain and
Something's
shit.
happening.
She goes, have you got a towel or something? And I'm like, no. Yeah, why? And she's like, this bird, I think it's too wet. It's like too waterlogged to fly. It must be a baby or something. She's holding the umbrella over this bird that was just like chilling in a puddle. It's pissing down rain. I'm like, oh, fuck. All right. So I had to go get a towel. And then I just,
You didn't have
And
to.
she's-
You walked away from the
and
lady
she-
that dropped her coins.
yeah. But she knows where I live. Anyway, she's like, yeah, maybe just like wrap it up and just put it in a box or something. And I don't know. And I'm like, great. So I've now adopted a bird I don't want. And so she just walks off. So I've got this bird and I'm like, oh, I've got to take it to the fucking vet now. So I took it all the way down to the emergency hospital.
You're not supposed to touch them when they're wet like
20
that.
minute drive. So I've just relocated this baby bird.
Yeah.
But I love how you can just rock up and fucking
Yeah, they'll take it.
hand him anything. When we were there with the dogs, when we had the whole snake biting incident, this lady rocked up and she had she found a cat that had just been killed on the road or something. She goes, oh, it's got a collar on, so I figured I'd bring it in so you can
Okay, I would
fucking
take something
chip
dirty.
it.
But
Well, let's just say it's domestic, so maybe you guys can like scan it and let the owners know. And she unraveled the fucking blanket, and the cat, its eye was out and shit. It was just mangled. And they brought it through, and we were sort of half in the back section because our dog was on fucking life support at the time. They put the cat on the table, and they have to like legally, they have to attempt to help it. It's just like I don't know if it's a law or something, or like a veterinary law. Even when we took out this, I fucked the snake up that bit our dogs, and then we took it in. They actually have to like do something to help it live, but its head was like half on still, and I think it was still alive because it was half moving in the bag. It was a red belly black, and they sort of have to attempt to do something. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like doctors. If someone does like a mass shooting and then they're injured, they have to fucking help the guy even though he's like a criminal.
Yeah.
It's so
I think
weird.
that's more like paramedics. I think paramedics have to like try to keep you
Yeah.
alive.
So this
until you
lady
get to
took
the
this,
hospital.
this dead fucking cat in, and they had to like pronounce it dead. was like, this is so like, yeah, man.
I'm in a medical drama.
Yeah. Clear. But yeah, fucking crazy, man.
Fucking about my animal touching like phobia.
Do you know like any like is it just small animals?
I don't know what it is. Just certain
You touch a
things.
cow?
I have like it's another part of my undiagnosed autism, but I have a massive like
Sensory thing.
Yeah, I can't touch certain fabrics.
Yeah.
I can't touch certain things.
Yeah.
Really?
Like it's some like I went through a massive stage where my mum would buy me clothes for Christmas. I'd unwrap it and I'd like hold it up and I'd have to like throw it away.
That's interesting.
Oh, Velcro.
Yeah.
You know who you helped me do the kitchen with? She can't touch paddle pop sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can feel that. Like it's so dry. Like cotton balls and shit. Like
Oh, cotton ball.
Off
Yeah.
like a wooden like fork.
wooden fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the feeling of that on
horrible,
your
man.
I can't
What?
do cold feet on carpet.
It's just the best I can feel
Freak
it.
out of cold feet on carpet.
What does that even mean?
Just, if my feet are cold, I can't walk on
The
carpet.
best I can describe it is if like you get something and rub it between
Yeah.
your fingers
I
and,
know what you feel.
and like a sound or something comes from it. I
Can you do Velcro?
can do Velcro, yeah. It's
can't-
just real
I can't do
dry like
velvet.
fabric.
I can
Velvet.
scrape my
Velvet.
nails down a chalkboard and it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, none of that shit I can to work.
You know what bothers me? Like, you know when like you clean your file? Like, you know, yes, I was using the thingy.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts my teeth.
Yeah.
With a brush.
Like, with a brush, like, it just hurts my teeth.
Well, that's
Wait,
interesting.
this is weird, right? This is weird. I'm just thinking of it now. I don't know why. I can't describe why it's satisfying, but when I no. But when I was little, I'd have a like fucking 5 or 6, whatever. I'd be sleeping, you know, just your standard pillow with the pillow slip, where the seam is around, and it's like where the opening is, where it overlaps is like a little knobbly bit. I used to play with that. As I fell asleep, I'd just like rub it with my fingers.
Yeah, right.
And
That's why I'm
to
so
this,
good at playing with nipples.
yeah, to this day, touching that brings back this weird, satisfying feeling. I'm like, I could sit here for hours and just do that with it. I don't know why. I can't even describe why it feels satisfying. It's fucking
Man,
weird.
I wish you'd seen Little Nicky.
But I went through that stage of as a kid. Like if I bumped my hand, I'd have to bump my other hand, like that OCD shit. And I still kind of have it today. I don't know. Like if I'm walking and I step on like the crack of a footpath, my foot physically feels uneven to my other foot, and I have to like do the same.
I used to have to count.
Weird.
We used to have big
Yeah.
tiles,
Yeah.
and like your feet could fit in each tile, but I had to use like count how many tiles I stood in.
Yeah?
Like on my way to my room or something, I had to count it.
I think everyone
I don't
has
know,
these
like-
weird things
like
that no one
you-
talks
I've
about.
never felt so normal.
No.
Like even
You're the
even when I go up like stairs, I have to count how many
You still
stairs
do
there
it?
are. Yeah,
Yeah,
I count stairs.
I do the counting thing sometimes.
But like even if I've been up the stairs 1,000 times and know how many stairs are there, like I have to count it.
Really?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, if I don't count
What if
this,
someone's
I'll
talking
die.
to you?
I'll count it in my head.
No, but if someone's talking to you. Like you can't talk to someone while you're walking upstairs.
I don't know. I don't. It's hard.
If someone says to me like something and then does the whole or touch wood, if they don't touch wood, I freak out. And if there's no wood around, I'll touch my dick because it's the closest thing to wood, you know. But that's so like I'm not superstitious, but like
You're like, you said touch wood, you want to touch my dick?
jinxing. Yeah. It's like jinxing, you know, like I don't know, if you say something bad. It was like the other week, I commented on, because like when Josh was a baby, he would like shit while he sleeps or whatever, so you'd have to fucking, and Hamish never really did that. And the other week I mentioned it, I'm like, we got pretty lucky that he didn't shit while he was fucking sleeping when he was younger and shit. Anyway, he did it that night. I was like, what were the odds?
You know what? I didn't touch my dick.
And I said it again tonight. I'm like, hey, we've been pretty lucky. And she's like, don't. And then fucking, here we go. It's probably going to happen tonight again.
Well, let us know.
You know what? We never won the lotto.
We go broke. But I think everyone's got those weird fucking OCD things, but no one really. I used to have to, when I'm walking next to someone, they had to be on my right side. I couldn't handle if they're on my left side. Just shit like that. I don't.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
I can deal with it now, but it still bothers me.
I'm just going to walk on your left now.
I'm just gonna say touch wood all day.
Yeah.
We touch
Just
wood.
watch you just.
I'm just going to hold my dick all day.
Well, I think we hope, touch wood, we get this job finished, eh?
Lucky we work with wood.
Don't count.
Touch to be sound.
You always say that, but this isn't
Native
Swiss
oak.
elm.
It's native oak, I know.
Stop. Just.
Oh, fuck.
Pants haven't come off yet.
What weird shit did you have? You must have had weird shit.
Hang on, I need to think. I can't. Nothing like that.
God, you're so uninteresting.
Maybe when while he thinks. What I was going to say about my animal touching thing, then went into all of your issues you've got going on.
Oh,
No,
Hold, put it on hold.
I don't get to tell my story now. It's all right.
I think I've said this before that I like the smell of electronics.
Yeah, you have said that. Yeah.
No, like new electronics. Like if you have, if you got a new computer, I like the smell of it.
It does have that new smell. Anything that's a new.
It's like like people say new car smell. I think electronics have a new smell.
Yeah.
Fair.
Anyway, yeah, that's the only thing I can think.
My iPhone smells like semen. So.
It's because you use it in the toilet all the time. Finish the story, James.
I don't know. It's
Better be good.
not going to be good.
Why?
Okay. So for ages, I got into like those fishing shows on TV, and I was like,
Like Monster Hunter or like Rex?
Huh?
yeah, like iFish was the particular one, and then there was a couple other ones.
What is iFish?
That was the TV show.
Was this around when
Sounds like an
everything
app.
was I?
Yeah, basically. And at the time,
EYE or I?
no, just like the letter I, like
okay.
iFish.
Intelligent fishing.
Yeah. And at the time, I needed a hobby, so I was like, I'm going to get into fishing. So I bought every fucking bit of fishing gear. Went down fishing, and Nikita came with me. This was before we had kids. So we're just sitting next to the river fucking fishing for ages.
How many times have you been fishing?
Twice.
Wait, touching fish. Fuck that.
So that's
What?
Yeah. So I finally, after we were sitting there for like an hour or so, caught something, and it was a catfish, and I've reeled this thing in, and I'm like, I'm not touching that thing. And it's like flapping around on the ground with a hook in its face.
Dying.
Yeah. Nikita's got like a 20-minute video on her phone somewhere of me like trying to touch this fish, and I just freak out. And it just ends in her like just walking up to the fish, unhooking it, and like pushing it back in the water.
Think about a catfish.
You're like, you didn't kiss it.
Yeah.
I've been stung by a catfish before.
Have you?
Yeah,
They sting.
Yeah, it hurts.
That's what I've
How
heard.
what do they have, stingers?
Yeah.
Or like,
It's like a little. It's a barb. I
Poison?
don't know. I can't remember where it was. We were on a houseboat, and there was like a little thing where if you caught fish, you can like put them in there.
Yeah.
And the only thing we could catch was catfish. So it was full of all this catfish. And I was like, I don't know why, but I put my hand in there, and I got like it stung me.
True.
It hurts.
I don't know, touching fish seems like, I feel like the scales are going to slice me
Yeah.
and shit. And then because it's fish, it's going to get infected.
The scales
So
don't
that-
slice you, but a lot of fish have like sharp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what happened. So maybe like a couple of weeks later, I was like, "Babe, give me another chance." So
We need to catch another fish.
So she took me
I
back.
need to redeem myself.
So I bought a more expensive fish.
This one unhooks the fish itself.
I'm like, river fish are gross. I don't want to touch them. So let's go down the coast.
Which river?
Logan
Don't.
River.
Oh,
So we drove all the way down the Gold
The
Coast.
Simpsons with the 3 eyes.
We drove all the way down the coast. I'm fishing. I finally get a hook, and I reel in the smallest little like brim. So it's like a pretty looking fucking like
Illegal.
scaly
Yeah.
fish.
Brims have
And
spikes too.
same deal. I just fucking like couldn't touch it. She had to unhook it again. She's like, I'm never coming fishing with you again. Now all my fishing shit just sits in the shed.
With all your other hobbies.
Yeah.
I wonder. I never used to be able to like touch like you. I couldn't do it before, but I can do it now, and I'm fine.
Yeah, right.
the only time we really went fishing was we're up at Townsville for Christmas. Oh, on Magnetic Island. We went on one of those little fishing charters. So you book. It's just a guy with. He's got a little charter boat or whatever, and there's like 6 of us on there, and we're all family. Anyway, when we busted out lunch because we had a little esky with sandwiches and shit, he's looking over. He's like, "Yeah, he got one of them for me," and I was like, "You're not joking." So I fucking had to feed him lunch.
He didn't have to. He
I had
walked
to-
away from the lady that dropped her coins.
It was pretty sick. He took us around the island, right?
Yeah.
And there's like cliff faces and shit. And he's like, up there's a hawk that lives in the nest. You can see the nest. And he's like, he pulls out one of the fish that because we're catching I didn't catch any, but my little nephew, he caught like it's that Ben Jones guy, the rapper. He was like a kid then. He First time fishing, he caught like 6 fish. Anyway, throwing them in buckets. And old mate was claiming them. He's like, oh, I'm going to take 2 of them. I was like, are you fucking serious?
Because I think on fishing charters, they usually catch way more than like everyone can take.
Yeah. And so anyway, he's like, check out this hawk. So he fucking throws one of the dead fish into the thing. This hawk flies down and like fishes it out. It happens every time. It's sick. But fishing, like pulling the hook out and shit. We used to go down to our local lake in Windaroo and we just catch turtles. Like
Holy fuck.
Only thing living in this...
Oh my god! Did you? Was that spit or snot?
That was spit. Don't worry, it's only spit.
Where did it go?
In my mouth?
In your mouth?
It
was a huge fucking spit. Well, you guys literally just kissed.
Just a normal Tuesday.
Spit in my mouth.
I didn't mean to spit.
Wait, give me some whiskey. Do you want some? Let me wash my mouth. Wait, now you and Ash and James have all kissed.
My story's not even funny anymore because that was way better.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks for that.
It's all right. All right.
Anyway,
what were you saying?
Nothing. I was just saying there was eels and turtles in this lake.
Are you caught? Can you not say turtle? Can you not say turtle?
Don't think I can.
Did you just save up all the spit in your mouth? So when you say turtle, is it the lip?
When I say the word,
Say it again.
my spit pockets.
Spit pockets.
They're like
Spit pockets.
Ash says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and it rains. What do you mean spit pockets? You're not a venomous snake. My spit pocket.
Oh, God.
I apologise to everyone, but it can't get any worse.
No, that's...
Anyway,
all right. I don't think we can do that.
I'm gonna vomit.
Yeah. All right, what do you reckon?
As long as it's not spit. I think.
I won't vomit in your mouth. That's alright.
Everyone happy?
Yeah.
All right.
So happy.
Gotcha.
See you later. Bye. See ya.